Second. Boy, Jonathan, I'm gonna tell you what, boy, I'm putting the music on right now. You already going. Here we go.
Okay. Oh,
Hold
yo,
on.
so we live now, huh?
Hold on.
Okay.
Yep. I said what I meant, and I meant when I said it. I ain't even really trying to go to where y'all headed. Put me on a spaceship, no paramedic. I'm the princess of the world, goddammit. Wait a hot minute, let it fade a hot minute. Hurry, check, pull up outside a hot minute. I'm not kidding. Play with the kitty, put the kitten in a mitten. Say what couldn't be done, I did it. Say what need to be done, I'm finished. Get down, get up, get the chicken. Your granny over there, dancing in the kitchen.
Down to the floor, how low can you go? Down to the floor, how low can you go? Down to the floor, just grind up floor, just grind up floor, how low can you go? Crank that ish up, crank that ish up, ride that ish up, jerk that ish up, ride, crank that ish up, work that ish up, freak that ish up, drop that ish up.
When you walk into a room, you tell them I don't need no introduction.
All right. That was the single I guess that was the introduction from Annie Loke, Zobo's wife, and featuring comedian Zobo69, who is the regular host of Speak That Shit podcast. And I'm filling in for him. As you know, Zobo, King's Castle Entertainment. He's one of my esteemed clients. And he wasn't going to be able to make it today. So asked me to come on in, and I said I'd do it. Anything for the team, anything for my clients, So wanted to make sure we kick this off right. We also have some guest panelists. I brought my own guest panelists in, because I'm going to get familiar with you all in a second. But what I like everybody to do is introduce yourselves, starting with JT in the corner, and then we'll do the top row and then the bottom row.
What's good, man? It's definitely an honor to be on this podcast tonight. Award-winning author, poet, motivational speaker, entrepreneur, community activist, James J.T. Thompson. Again, it is an honor to be on the podcast tonight.
All right. And I'm P. Belafonte, a.k.a. Chico Fontaine, a.k.a. Han Solo, the Hood Jedi, Mr. Get Right So You Don't Get Left. And I always like to start in the show that I do by giving women their affirmations at the beginning of the show. Listen, top-notch hoes get the most, not the lesser. So if you're going to be top-notch, baby, always get the most. Don't ever settle for the less.
Excellent. Okay. And now we're on the bottom row.
Well, I am your boy Duke LaFleur, the player from the Himalaya. I am one half of the Jaw Jackin' Show. Following P. Belafonte, my introduction is don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things. Remember that and you'll get far in life.
Definitely. Hollywood.
I am Belinda Houston, the one and only Hollywood of the Queen City. I am an author. I am the founder of God's Gift Baby Ministry. I am a service provider for Mecklenburg Council of Elders. And I volunteer with all of the different organizations in the community, because one thing that God's Gift Baby Ministry do as being the founder, I make sure that I'm out in the community because I meet plenty of women that need items for their babies. And God's Gift Baby Ministry is the one that can give it to them for free. How about that?
I forgot to say what I do. I am an actor, comedian, and multiple father, multiple baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Well, baby daddy to father to multiple. And I'm OnlyFans model of the year as well. I'm kidding about the only.
Well, thank you, sir, for making sure that I was finished. I appreciate that. But as I was saying, that I love being out in the community, being a blessing to the women in the community. Thank you. And I'm happy to be on this event, this show. And I'm loving it already. I see I'm gonna have a good time.
Oh yes, indeed, indeed. And Hollywood, I'd like you to meet the host one day, Zobo 69. Phenomenal person, funny stand-up comedian, hilarious, also film producer. And you'll fit in on his regular panels on Speak That Shit, because I know you unfiltered and you keep it way real. So I know you all would, have some stuff to chop it up about.
Oh yes, that would be
Oh yeah.
wonderful.
Okay, okay. Pardon me, you all. I gotta keep it all the way real. We don't go on because it's ready. We go on because it's live and it's 7 p.m. And I'm nursing a bad toothache right now. So that's why I'm kind of on and off right now, but the show must go on. So yeah, Zobo, one of the things he wants us to discuss is some current events, some topics that's going on right now in the universe. So what's going on? What's other than the Diddy stuff that happens every day? What else is going on in the news?
Shit, I can't call it. I don't even.
Uh,
I don't watch enough news, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. You got your day to day stuff, man. We were sitting there having the question. Funny enough, me and Duke was in the group chat earlier today, asking some of the women that we're in the group chat with about how if there was ever a time for your man to walk away from a fight, right? Like if there was ever a time for him, like how would you feel if your man tried to talk himself out of a fight? Like would you feel the way? You know what I'm saying? When I say talk himself out of the fight, not just be responsible, but just knowing that he feel like he may not he may not have a chance to win your fight. Is there ever a time knowing that you feel like you might wear an ass whooping to talk yourself out of that fight, and can you respect that nigga afterwards?
yes,
You think so? Really?
yes, because it's not all about fighting.
What you mean? If you dealing with a man, you don't want that nigga to protect you?
Well, for one thing, I don't
Uh-huh.
need no man to protect Hollywood because Hollywood protects herself, for
Child.
number one. And for number two, a real man don't always have to fight. You don't have to fight to prove no point. Did he hit her?
No. I think you
Okay,
misunderstand.
did he cuss her out?
No, baby, you missing what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, say for example, you and your man at the club. Some nigga run up on them and drop your man on their goddamn head. Now,
Oh, well, then he deserved to get his ass whooped. You need to make it clear.
that's a goddamn like. Well, no, what I was saying.
Okay, well
What
then
if your man getting your ass? What if he getting his? What if your man about to get his ass whooped? Basically, he sitting there trying to finesse his way out of that ass whooping. You okay with that?
no, because me and my man both gonna whoop his ass.
I don't know if niggas ain't listen. If your man can't whoop his ass, I don't know if you gonna be able to whoop his ass too.
You don't know what I'm gonna be able to do.
I listen. I know you ain't gonna whoop nobody ass out here like
Now I
that.
tell you this, you don't know me, and I am Hollywood. So you don't know what Hollywood can do.
Hollywood. It sounds like you gonna walk out there with ass whooping Hollywood.
No, I ain't gonna walk out from no ass whooping. Never have, and never will.
Hollywood, where you from?
I'm from Charlotte.
Oh, that's why you said the Queen City.
You doggone skippy.
Okay, I'll allow it to you. Look like you might have had some hands a little bit.
And still have hands and got mouth and can back it up.
Oh no, I've heard the mouth from the jump.
Okay, and I can back up what Hollywood say.
Okay, well what's the last fight you had, Hollywood?
The last fight.
Yeah, tell me about your last interaction. Think about
Oh God, that's been a long time ago.
it.
Hell,
You look like you fight niggas a little bit.
And oh yeah, and I will go toe to toe with a nigga. Cause I'm not finna let no nigga beat me. I watched my mama go through that. And I said that I would not go through that with a man nor a woman. Perfect example. I was dating this woman and we had it going on good, but I was tired. And that was time for her to go. So she was laying on my couch. And I told my kids to move. I told my son to open the front door. I told my daughter to hold the screen door. I picked her ass up, and out the front door she went.
God damn, bro.
It's time to go. So don't tell me what Hollywood can and cannot and will not do.
Hollywood, why you threw her out the house?
Because it was time for her ass to go.
Define that, like, was she wasn't working? She wasn't doing what she supposed to do? What the play was?
For one thing, in order to be a player, you need to make sure you handling your shit.
Okay. She was out here.
So you got to make sure you taking care of home. You can go play all you want to, as long as you taking care of home. So if you ain't taking care of home and you playing some damn way else, Hollywood got a problem. Because Hollywood bills is gonna be paid. Because I ain't dependent on nobody to pay Hollywood bills. Okay. I keep Hollywood looking good. I ain't no man, no bitch, no nothing of that doing that. Hollywood do.
Okay.
So you got to come better than what I'm doing. Hollywood is an author. Hollywood is a motivated speaker. Hollywood is out in the community. Hollywood sings with the brothers and sisters of Christ. So Hollywood do a lot of stuff. So I need somebody that's going to be able to understand that and roll with me as well as me rolling with them. And if you can't do that, I ain't got time because it's a new me.
Now,
So when I say what I say to people, if you couldn't handle me then, you damn sure ain't gonna be handling me now in 2025. It's on.
I guess shit, fella. How y'all feel about nigga? Like you got a homeboy, he tried to talk his way out of an asshole. Y'all okay with that?
Let me speak on that, right? Because all my life I've been this violent individual, right? And I used to always think that, the hands is the way to solve problems, right? Because that was my way of dealing with anger before I started going to therapy, right? So there was never a challenge that I would back down from. But now as an older man, now that I'm older in life, man, it's certain people I'm not fighting, right? First of all, I'm not fighting no young nigga with no sweater on in the heat, because obviously he don't give a damn about life. I'm not fighting no young niggas, period. Right? So the last time I got my ass whooped, it's been by young niggas, you know what I'm saying? And it was accidentally. If I could have talked myself out of that situation, right? You know what I'm saying? I could have humbled myself a little bit, I could have saved myself an ass whooping, you know what I'm saying? And I got jumped. Look, I got jumped bad by these young niggas too. Look, that's twice. That's twice it happened, right? And it's both times it's happened, it was young dudes, right? So at this point, I got a newfound respect for these young dudes. I stay in my place. I don't even go into events where I know anybody 21 and under is gonna be at. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even fool with those type of events. And I'm gonna talk myself out of plenty more ass whoopings too if I have to. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing to prove to nobody at this point. I got kids to live for. Back then when I was fighting and doing all this reckless shit, I didn't have no kids and I didn't give a fuck about nothing. But at this point, I'm old and I can't take another. I think I got one more ass whooping left in me to take. You know what I'm saying? Or I might just die.
Well, I mean, you talking about men, but I talk myself out of ass whoopings. I'm not a fighter. My friends know that I'm not the type of person that fight. And I'm more of a shit talker. So I can talk my shit, but I can bag it up, but I could also talk myself out of an ass whooping. I'm not really going to fight somebody that I know that I really can't beat. So, I've dealt in the field of mental and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I know how to talk down a whole lot of stuff. And then I just have to know when to use it. So yeah, I don't talk down, but I'm not going to really back down from no man. I'll go far as toe to toe with a man. And I'll give y'all a perfect example. My friend invited me to this card party. And it was this guy there with this female. And most men that's beating on their women sit right by their side with their head down. And they looking up with their eyes. Do y'all know that? I
They
don't hear
said I
y'all
do.
talking. Do y'all know that?
Girl, we
No,
don't,
ma'am.
because none
No,
of
we
us
ain't know
beat
that.
our women.
We
Unless
don't beat
Okay,
women.
okay, so I'm giving y'all a lesson. I
Okay.
need for y'all to respond. I need to know
Okay.
that you're listening.
Listen, last time Hollywood, my dog responded too soon, and you told him you
Yeah,
gave him
look.
you gave him the benefit by answering before you was done. We just trying to make sure you done before we hop in that motherfucker.
But I asked the question. Okay, back to the story. So he's sitting there, he talking shit. I can't really exactly tell y'all exactly word for word to what happened, but I was watching her and she was just, timid, went to go get his beer, rolled his blunt, baby this, with her head down. I say, y'all know what? I say, what I can't stand is a man that beat his damn woman and bring her out like she's the queen of whatever. What did I say that for? Everybody got to talking. Well, if my girl get out of hand, yeah, I'ma back slap the fuck out of her. I do this. They got to talking. See, one thing about Hollywood, I don't deal with a lot of females because females keep up shit. Men, I have a lot of male friends and I have a lot of older male friends, but I have some young guys that I deal with. So, I said, I wish a nigga would. I ain't got time to be fighting no man. Will get slapped the fuck down in front of everybody. So he was like, oh, you think you bad? I am. Do you not know who I am? Somebody need to tell him who I am. And he was talking about, bitch, I'll slap you. So who at that time, I'm not I stood up like, nigga, let's buck. Let's go. I knew that he had something on him, but I also knew that I wasn't worried about him hitting me. But I also knew that I did something to his girl. You can do better. You don't have to deal with that. If you need help, you can call me. I will come and help
Hollywood,
you.
that was
What?
your people? That was your homegirl's son?
I didn't know her.
Hollywood, you gotta stay out them people's business.
And you might be true, but guess what? That girl is my friend now, and that boy doing time because he about killed her.
Well, shit. Did she have? But she had to come up out of there on her own, ain't it?
She came up there. She came up out of there on her own. Found me on Facebook. Thanked me for helping her keep her life.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
So
sometimes
I don't step into stuff unless I'm really being felt by the spirit to do so.
Okay.
And that was a need, but yeah, she free.
Okay, well, shout out to her. Hollywood, let me ask you a question. You cook?
Yes.
You put sugar in your grits or salt?
Neither.
Okay, now you batshit crazy at this point. Cause how you eating grits and you don't put neither one of them in there? I don't understand how that works.
Well, baby, I'm 57 years old. And when you eating all that salt, I'm already swelling in my feet. I ain't got time to be swelling and walking. I got to see what's going on out here in the community. I ain't got time to be having my legs up. I got to go sing and stuff. What is you talking about? I don't need no sugar. They already trying to kill us with that metformin for diabetes and all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna eat all that.
I don't know about all that.
Hollywood. You say your feet
Yes.
swelling. You say your feet swelling. You out here challenging niggas to fight since I thought you got one
But
more
see,
fight
that
left
was
in you
a while
yourself.
ago. That was a long time ago. Long time ago. But trust and believe. I'm not scared.
But you ain't going no rounds with bad legs though, Hollywood.
That's a
I'll
good
go
point. He got a
around
good
with a
point.
bad leg if I have to. Don't underestimate me.
Them pieces no good. You was not finna be going no goddamn
Well,
rounds
you
with no
don't
goddamn.
know how good my feet is. And if you need to know, hell, you need
Let
to
me see
come
them.
and rub them and make sure they're good. Then how
Well,
about that?
let me see them. Holly. Let me see them toes. Let me see them
I'm
toes.
like, what you want to see my toes for?
Cause
Oh,
I'm
I don't
trying to see if
mind
they
showing
swole
my
up.
toes, honey. You ain't said nothing, honey. I'll show my toes.
Let me see what them
Let
feet
me
is.
give you some lights.
Let
I'll
me see
show
what them
my
feet.
toes.
See what them feet
Hell,
is.
you got the right one that'll show some
You
shit.
better make sure they got some goddamn polish on there now. Don't they be putting no,
You
they be
see
putting
my
no
toes?
sausages on there. I can't. It's too dark. The motherfucking light ain't. It's too dark. You gotta turn them
Y'all
around.
funny. Y'all funny. Y'all doing all that smacking and carrying on.
Can't nobody see them features.
Okay, wait a minute. See them?
I don't know. Them dark polishes. I already know you look like you might ready to be fighting a nigga right now. You can't be
Oh, well,
doing this.
look, let me
You
show
got
you
to get
my
them trick
hand.
shows. Okay.
You
All
know
right.
what that is?
What that is? I can't see that. That's too small. My eyes are bad.
Well, get some glasses.
I wear them. Nigga.
Oh, well, you about like me. I can't see with my glasses and I can't see without them.
It'd be like that. JT, man, how you feel about if you got a homeboy in the club? You okay with your homeboy walking away from my ass with him?
I mean, the people that I keep company with, I know that they smart and they wise, so they know if they got a shadow boxing way out of the situation. I get it. It's situations that we talk about and we prepare for, so we already know what it is. That's why you keep a circle tight and you know who you rolling with, and you ain't just rolling with just anybody. So you understand the narrative no matter where you at. So I'm good because I know whoever I'm rolling with, they're gonna be able to hold their own, just as well as myself. But I got respect because in these days of time, man, we already know cats ain't got value on life.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
that's
Mm-hmm.
fact. Everybody hold
go out here thinking that. So I'm thinking smart and I'm moving smart. So I'm gonna respect that because I'm no longer young and dumb and not wise. And what I'm seeing out of my younger people, I understand why it's important to make the right decisions and to pour back into them to help them make the right decisions. It's motivation, man. So I'm looking at it from a totally different scope. But listening to my girl, dog Hollywood, it's been a long time since I've been in
Yes,
the
baby. I
platform.
miss you.
I miss you too. You know what? You remind me why we about 14, 13 days away from a woman black president and why they scared of that. Just listening to you tonight makes me know why people gonna be out in numbers and people are already out in numbers because they know what's coming, and I want to get your take on what's about to happen and why people frantic about a woman being in charge and running the show.
Well, you know what? Woo! I really don't get into this politics stuff because I'm not really a politics person. And
Mm-hmm.
I asked a friend of mine, what do I say when, people want to talk about politics? And, I'm not into this politics stuff. What do I say? And, she gave me things to say, but I'm going to say this. What I do know is I believe she's going to make president. I just hope that she do what she say she's going to do, because she have to really have a backbone to run. She really is going to have to really know her stuff. So her mind is made up to do it. It's just make sure that she's putting it in motion and it's going through. Or there's going to be hell. They're going to give her hell. Trump is going to give her hell. But she's going to help us to be right there, the leaders out here in the community to help. So, I went and voted today, and they had an issue with me voting. So I had to go through some stuff. And it kind of bothered me because I have voted before and I'm not really into this politics stuff. But I think she's really going to do, I think she's going to do good. I think they scared of the woman because the woman is a powerful woman. We are powerful. And people just don't understand how powerful a woman is. She got it. I believe she got it.
Yeah, shit. I don't doubt she'll do fine. If I'm being honest with you, man, I just don't want them good old boys to be out there poking their goddamn chest out no more. So shit, nigga, at that point, nigga, fuck all, because them boys get real bold and brave when the motherfucker get to talking that shit out there. Now, JT, I do have a follow-up question for you though, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like what you were saying, man, and I think a lot of the times a lot of these young niggas out here today don't really have that guidance anymore, right? Like for me, for example, coming up, man, I always had my cousins and my uncles that was always pouring into me, right? Whether it be good or bad, you know what I'm saying? Because they gave me some bad habits, you know what I'm saying? We growing up, they tell you, Pat, you need to get you a couple of old ladies, shit like that. They'll tell you, they'll post some bad shit into you, but they also gave you some real life shit too. And I think that's what a lot of these young niggas missing today, right? Whether it be they not willing to listen to somebody that's older than them, or maybe just ain't got no older person in their life like that. Do you have anybody that you mentor, whether it be a nephew, a son, or anybody like that you try to post some of that experience and wisdom into?
Yeah, man. I've been blessed to be around a community of young people because I was able to coach football. I was able to speak in front of, classrooms. And, in doing that, I understood that there was somebody out there that even when they had a father present, their father was showing them the good, the bad, and the ugly. So he was giving you a little bit of everything and what might not have been all the great things. So what I took from that was, when you see them out there and that once upon a time you was 15, 16, 17, 18, and the only thing different about this day and time is they holding guns that they don't even know, what I'm saying, the power of what that is and where that come from. You just holding the gun and pulling the trigger just to say, what I'm saying, I did this. Not understanding the narrative is deeper than that. And when you grew up with, like John Witherspoon said in Friday, I got these right here. And that's what I grew up with. And I can live to, to see another day. Win, lose, or draw. When you grew up in that mentality, you pouring something different. And even the most resistant youth, they gonna calm down because they gonna understand you come from a different era. And I ain't just talking at you. I'm gonna meet you where you are. I'm gonna give you that opportunity to vent, to talk, to say and speak your truth. And then I'm gonna give you, what I'm saying, a little something from, from my day. And in doing that, my brother, I think I've learned that's where we get that respect. Because I'm showing you respect. And even if you ain't where you need to be at that moment, I understand that take time. Because it took time for you to get the way that you got. It'll take time for you to straighten up. And it doesn't mean all of them do. And some of them got to go down that road in order to understand it. And some of them got to hit that cell or to get it. It ain't what we wish upon our people. But when you go through it, and I say, man, the school of hard knocks is real. So, decisions you make is real. So when you come back and say, you know what, I appreciate you trying to pour something into me at the time that you did, because had you not said your piece, then I wouldn't be able to come back and be accountable, for, what I've done in this life. So yeah, man, I've been blessed to be a hardhead and knucklehead, and I've been blessed to grow wiser and older. And although the hair on my head is not there, the hair on the chin is gray and wise, man. And I'm thankful, man, just to be able to see that. Because a lot of cats, in this day and time, they're either trying to take a life or their life is taken. And, when you get to be a certain age, man, you look at life differently. And you understand that this life ain't for the faint of heart. You either gonna get it or you gonna catch it. One way or another, the lesson is either gonna be your blessing or, the end of your road.
Well, you talk about the young men, but what about the young ladies? Any of y'all have daughters, nieces?
Listen, I do I got 2 daughters, and shout out to my daughters. Listen, they doing shit despite me, man. Like I say that, and I'm saying that, but I'm saying that funny because I'm an island nigga, but I'm an old school island nigga. So it's a lot of times where I had to, they don't give you no pamphlet on how to raise these girls, especially as a man. So I be sitting there, I be having to find ways to not hold them too tight, because what I didn't want to do is have them leave the house and go out there wilding because they finally got their little piece of freedom. But I also,
How old are they?
Shit. You asked me, that's a goddamn calculus problem. Shit. What? My oldest is I think she's 19. I can't listen. They live with me. I raised them, man, but I don't be knowing their age like that. My oldest is 19, and my middle baby is 17. I think.
My granddaughter's 16.
Yeah.
Mm.
And when I tell y'all, she is really smelling herself. And she was smelling herself before. She's 16. And she done got her a job. And when I tell you that she's doing stuff that I never thought that she would be doing. So it's hard sometimes to talk to her as being her grandmother. And then when I try to talk to her on another level, she looks at me like I'm crazy. So it's like at this point, I prayed on that thing. And I had to let her go. Right now, she in God's hands. I try to get her to watch movies to where they trafficking young girls. I try to keep her up with the little girls that's missing in Charlotte and Mint Hill, and for her to see this stuff. But in her mind, none of that can happen to her.
So can I ask you a follow-up question, Hollywood, in regards to that, right? So I like to analyze things. So where do you think things went wrong with that, right? You know what I'm saying? Because when they're little kids, they listen to everything the parents say, you know what I'm saying? So, or the grandparents as well, right? So where do you think things went wrong?
I know where I know where it started. I know where. And it's been addressed and everything. But the fact is, I'm not the mother. Me and her have come together, and we have come together to where we can agree to disagree, and we both work with my granddaughter. And like you said, you can't hold tight. My daughter was 14 and pregnant, and took her to have an abortion. She ended up with my granddaughter. One baby was taken and the other one wasn't. So it's a lot into that situation. But I thank God that my daughter was able to graduate with her baby on her hip. I'm glad and proud to say that my granddaughter is an honor student on the dean list, good grades. She wants to be a teacher. She's graduating ahead of her classmates, just like her mom did. But it's just some of the things that she do is scary. So I had to turn it over and to God. And her mom, it bothers her, but she said, "Mom, I got to give it to God. What else can I do?" And I talked to her. I talked to other women. Oh, it's so many stories, but the boys is not the only. They are not the only ones that's going through the hard time. These girls are going through it.
Yeah, I agree with it too. But with social media, man, I know I don't like to blame everything on social media. I mean, I don't think there's nothing new under the sun. I just think that shit changes. But with social media got a lot of these girls, you know what I'm saying, dealing with some kind of, have a little some insecurities, some social anxieties because they feel like they got to keep up with what they see on this internet, right? Like you got a lot of these boys that want to try to keep up with what they see on the internet. Now realizing that half that shit, truth be told, 90% of that shit it ain't even real life. So, what I'm saying? Like, I think one of my who was it? Ta-Nehisi Coates wrote a book, like something about some different worlds or whatever. Basically, what he was saying is he's raising a son in a world that he don't know nothing about, right? Like, what I'm saying? We sit there and we try to communicate to the young folk, and what I'm saying? We feel like we see it clearly, but they see it through a different spectrum. So it's a lot of things that we really just can't tell them. And like JT said, right? School of hard knocks is real. Experience is the best teacher. So sometimes some of them shit them people just gonna have to go through. You know what I'm saying? But
That's right.
the
That's
best we can
right.
do is put it out there for them and hope they take in what we give it to them. But at the end of the day, it's a lot of shit that they just gonna have to go on their own because it's a lot. I can't tell my son how to live in this world. He living in a different world that I'm living in. You know what I'm saying? Than I grew up in. So I could tell him like the facts of life, right? All right, like at the end of the day, you got a family. You know what I'm saying? You got to take care of your family. You raise your daughter, you raise your child, raise your child. Like you can tell a nigga the facts of life, but what you can't tell him is the day-to-day shit that they run into. So I know it's hard for us because I think a lot of times I look at shit and I'm like, man, it's so simple if you just ignore that shit. But a lot of time for them kids, they see all that shit going on and they either want to be a part of it or they get caught up in the wash of it, and it's really just hard to coach them out that shit, even though you see that destruction coming.
Hey, let
Yeah,
me ask,
because I be ready to catch a case.
let me ask y'all a question. Let me flip it. What's some of the best advice you got that you applied later on in life, but you got early on? Dog Hollywood, I start with you. What's some good advice you got early on in life that you applied later on in life?
Well, I love Roberta Flack. And, you have to learn to listen as you listen to learn. So when I start to listen, I start to learn stuff. And then on down the road, I was told that you don't always have to be seen. I mean, heard to be seen. So sometimes it's best to be seen and not heard. So as I got older in life, a lot of that stuff started coming back to me. So now I apply that to other people as I continue to apply it to myself. Hollywood very live. Hollywood will be your friend and be there when you call Hollywood. Hollywood is one way. But Hollywood can be off the chain too. But the goal is to learn, listen, to learn, And when you learning, you have listened because you don't paid attention to what was taught to you. Because back then, I ain't paid attention. I was too busy trying to do my own thing. But I see now what I was told that I didn't do. I know now and I'm able to share with other women, with other men. Learn to listen as you listen to learn.
Wise words. I mean, I can't not to hustle on that. That's real life. Solo, you've been kind of quiet. What's some words of wisdom that you applied later on in life?
All things are small things, brother. All
Mm,
things are small things, man. I found, you realize life gonna throw a whole lot of shit at you, right?
mm,
And there's a lot of times we done been in life where we felt like we weren't gonna make it out of a situation. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this. Nigga, I remember one time I was shipwrecked in the middle of the ocean. Nigga, boat done went down. I'm in the motherfucker floating this shit, right? And I'm thinking, I don't know how the fuck I'm finna come up out this hole. Some good
mm,
shit happened, went my way, and I came up out that motherfucker and it made me realize, like, at the end of the motherfucking day, man, as long as I, you know what I'm saying, put forth some effort, ain't nothing I can't come up out of, man.
That's
So
right.
all things are small things, man. Look at it. Whatever situation come your way, you'll make it out that motherfucker, regardless of whether you got a plan or not. Just keep going.
That's
mm.
right. I
Wow.
like that, brother.
You feel me, Hollywood?
I feel you, baby.
Well, let me say one thing. Well, wide words weren't given to me much as a kid, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been a kind of kid that, navigate things on my own. You know what I'm saying? I've always been navigating life on my own. I've never had nobody there to really, hey, tell me this, tell me that. I had both of my parents, but they were too consumed into other things than to give me advice. They just pretty much, hey, taught me how to stay out of trouble, right? But one
Mm,
thing that I learned from my self-navigation is what I said at the beginning of the show, to not sweat the petty things and not sweat the petty things. All right. So it's pretty much it's like no matter what the situation you're going through, somebody's always going through something worse, right?
That's
mhm,
It's
right.
it's been a point in my life where I've gone into some type of depressions where I even considered suicide, right? But then I
mhm,
started to realize, hey man, what the hell am I? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I'm living way better than half the people in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, my lights have never been turned off. I didn't grow up in like no real poor family or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell do I have to, you know what I'm saying, to go ahead and try to do something as selfish as that, right? There are people who, might be more worthy of suicide than me, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this motherfucker done been raped, they done caught HIV, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, right? And it's like I've never had to deal with any of that. Nobody's touched me as a kid. Nobody's, you know what I'm saying, did any of that to me. So I always got to consider that, hey, somebody's off worse than you, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, you you're just being selfish by thinking these type of thoughts.
Oh yeah, and I want to piggyback off of what you said there about as people off in worse situations. There's somebody I heard this on a YouTube video. There's somebody in a foreign country right now that if they were you for a day, all their prayers would be answered.
mm.
So I mean, you think you might have it worse than somebody off in a third world country that they can't, at least here in America, we have the opportunity to come up. Some of them, they have to stay where they're at, you know, with their situations, you know, because the system and caste systems and uh communist country where wherever they were born in, they have to stay there, so yeah, and yeah, just want to
Yeah,
add that too.
yeah.
But
You
yeah, I'm
know,
still.
go
Go
my bad,
ahead.
brother. Nah, my people. Me and Duke Haitian, right? So our people from the islands or whatever. And if you, no matter what time you went to Haiti, man, there's some really nice spots, but there's some bad situations too. And if you ask a lot of Haitians, man, coming to the States is like winning the lottery, right? Especially if you come from those bad situations, come to the States like winning to the lottery. Because a lot of people, all they really want is that opportunity to come up. But like you said, that caste system, right? A lot of times, if you born at the bottom, you stand at the bottom. This is the only place that really gives you an opportunity to come make your way up, make your way through it, right? you're gonna have to work hard, you're gonna have to grind or whatever, but you get something for that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people can appreciate that. So going back to what you were saying, like people can switch spots with us, all their problems be solved. I agree 100% with that, right? I grew up as a kid going to Haiti and visiting shit and just realizing that, you know what? All that, again, right? Small things, man, because all that monkey shit we think matters, you know what I'm saying? Jit got the foes, I ain't got no foes. Or, you know what I'm saying? Jit got a PlayStation, I ain't got no PlayStation. But guess what, bro? I could be out there fucked up real bad. You know what I'm saying? Going to bed hungry and not all kind of shit. It give you a different perspective on what's important and what ain't. So I agree wholeheartedly with that.
Well,
Yeah.
that's, here. I mean, I was on, what was I on? I was at Sugar Creek in Sugar Creek. And if you live in Charlotte, y'all know that Sugar Creek is the bad place. It's drug infested. They sit on the corner and light up their stuff, okay? But this one woman, she had on a tank top, but she had no bottom. And it was funny. And she was towed out the frame, but it hit me. And when I say it hit me, because it could have been me. And when I say it could have been me, because I was on crack cocaine. And I've been free from crack for 11 years. And when I tell y'all, y'all ain't got to scream. Y'all ain't got to pat your hands. Y'all ain't got to say, that's great. God bless you. You did one. Y'all ain't got to say none of that. Because when I tell you that God sat on the left, on the right side, and the devil was on the right side, and I was not high from what my dope man had sent me, I told him, hell, you needed to come back because you done fucked up. Because my ear is not ringing. So what the fuck did you give me? But I can say that. I can laugh about it. I can talk about it because 11 years I've been clean. I love it, but it hit me because what if that was me?
Amen.
But it wasn't me. And I thank God that it wasn't me. And I talked to those women. They love Hollywood. And I try to help the ones that really talk to me, but they're so strung out. They don't want to help. But you got to want to help yourself. I've never been to rehab. I actually sat on my ex-husband's front porch and got clean from crack cocaine. People told me I was crazy. Y'all say what the hell you want to say. It's been 11 years. I haven't touched it. You can snort up Peru and smoke out Smoky Mountain. I'll sit there and watch it. I even take you to the damn hospital when you overdose. But you ain't got to worry about Hollywood fucking with none of that shit. Period. But it hit me. And it hurts. Because there's nothing that I can do. So if they want food, I got the money. I make sure I buy it. Because sometimes they don't eat. I know. It was times that I didn't eat. 2-3 days, I didn't eat. So when you want to talk real, I can talk real. Because I've been there. I just wasn't out in the street doing it. I was one of those, I say one of those crackheads, functioning crackhead. Went to work every day, dressed my ass off. Hollywood done everything she wanted to do. But it had to go. It started really, I ain't got money to buy shit that I need to buy. How am I going to take up my feet is looking like the damn Flintstones feet. What the fuck? I started seeing myself go down. And then when one of my friends, Lynn, rest her soul, when she told me, Hollywood, what, baby? Your slip is hanging. Hollywood don't wear no damn slip. So that hit me. We see it every day. I don't mind talking about stuff like that. My poetry, Take Off the Mask, is a poetry book of things that I endured in my life, things that I overcame, and I no longer wear a mask. Well, now I got to go back and retract that. So when I get with Jonathan with Media Blast and 2025 come out with I had it together earlier when I thought about it, but it's gonna go back to Take Off the Mask, the first book, Take Off the Mask 2, because I have been wearing a mask that I got to share with everybody. I don't want it in the book. I want it live. I want to be able to tell certain parts of these things that needs to be out. I want you to read. I want you to see my pain, the things that I went through. I want you to feel what I feel. So, I'm live and live in color. Everybody need to see. Everybody need to know, who am I, Hollywood? Thank you.
Oh, yes, indeed. Thank you for sharing that, Hollywood. And you'll definitely be inspiration to more people, and that's trying to get their lives together and come up.
It takes a village, y'all. We have to support each other. And that's another problem that we have. We have all these different organizations. God's Gift Baby Ministry want to do a big, nice event. Now, if I call on, I know 2 people that I know for a fact would be there for me. But if I called on the rest of y'all to be there, to be a part of this event that I want to put together, how many of you gonna have Hollywood back? I see
Oh,
one hand.
my hands up.
Shit. I'll be in that motherfucker. But if I'm being honest, y'all in North Carolina, make sure you give me a heads up, because we down here in Florida.
Hell, can you help fly me to Florida? Matter of fact, you didn't even got to help fly me to Florida. Just to help me get my plane reservations, and I'll be on my way. What you having? I'll be your special guest. And let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something about Hollywood. Cause see, Hollywood don't be playing. I done got into the hat thing. Y'all can talk some more shit.
Hold
Y'all
on.
really gonna talk shit in a few minutes. Just
Am I
hold
the
what
on-
you.
It looked like on my end, your screen froze.
You
Yeah, you
froze?
froze.
I'm froze.
Can't see
Yeah.
you anymore.
Oh, okay. I thought I was
Yeah,
tripping shit.
yeah, it did that a couple times. I thought I was the only one that noticed. That's when I got kicked off once she's
Cause,
froze up.
cause
I'm froze.
cause I'm trying to see
Yeah.
the hat, my nigga.
Wait a minute.
Go on, come up out there and come back back in.
Okay, wait a minute.
Hollywood, I ain't gonna lie. You look like you done sold a little dope a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like
Oh,
you'd have
yeah.
been out there. Well, where she go? Oh, she gonna come back in. All right.
Yeah.
So
All right. Speaking of going back to the poetry thing, JT, let
Yo.
everybody know about your poetry book.
Yeah, man. #1 first week release on Amazon. Euless Grand Maid Son. I'll call it part 1 because working on part 2. But 3 years it's been out, and it's been a blessing. Nominated 3 times over the Queen City Awards, the Author of the Year for that particular piece. Poetry is passion. Poetry is, intertwined story of a way to spill your testimony out and just let it
Yeah.
out on paper. So it's something I take near and dear to the heart. So whether it's a live event or whether it's you know, writing books or writing period. It's therapeutic. You know, for me, the poetry is real.
Did that. Listen, I'm a big Outcast, Good Mob fan, man, and I don't know if you done heard it before, but you got this big rude vibe to you. So as soon as he said something about some poetry, it sounded about right. Like you do, like are you writing it down or are you putting down vocals for the shit?
Man, I got them both, man. I got seven.
Yeah.
I got 7 tracks out in the atmosphere under Poet JT.
Okay.
I've been writing and putting out since 2021. It's all digital platforms. I got I Win. I got Love 2.0. I got Freedom Reigns. I got the crossover as my latest release. Man, and that within itself was a dream come true. Man, I was a kid that used to hold the brush that brushed the waves. You know what I'm saying? And that was my outlet to the creative mind that God blesses us with. And once I discovered my gift, man, it pretty much coming into my own. So having spoken word tracks, poetry that's out here in the atmosphere of the whole world to hear is humbling. But then to have a book, come behind it, man, and just smash it, on Amazon and African American poetry, is something that I can pour into my sons and my granddaughter and wife and let them know that, anything you set your mind to, you can do. And each and every day I'm reminded of, when we explore our gifts. So when you talk about, Outcasts and, Tribe Called Quest and cats that, just gave us another outlet to understanding when you utilize your gift, man, you can't be placed in nobody's top 5 when you really utilizing your gift because you're in the category of your own. You creating a narrative that can't be touched, So I don't mind not being mentioned among the quote unquote greatest because when you create the GOAT category for yourself, now, man, your competition and your biggest competition is yourself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, indeed. And also JT, poet JT did the intro for Slow Chemicals on commercial.
Our next poet is coming to us all the way from Rock Hill, South Carolina. I present to you, poet JT.
Man, the strength of man can't be measured or not even at the eye at times. The strength of a man isn't based on his voice, but the impact of his action. The strength of a man isn't based on how many friends he has, but the bond of a brotherhood not defined by blood, but woven in his faith. The challenges are many, and the burden is real. Yet the strength of a man can be measured by his grace and mercy. Whether he lifts 60 pounds or 600 pounds, moves through various climates, overcomes the mental awareness to know that his greatest peace will be achieve the process and put to the task. The strength of a man is the stripe of his bond to our creator, the Alpha and Omega. In peace. Poet.
All right now. That was nice.
Oh yes, indeed.
Okay, big homie.
I wanna before I went out, I don't know which one of them said something about me selling some drugs. Who said that?
Ain't nobody said that, Hollywood. That wasn't even said.
We don't know nothing about nothing.
Man,
I want to know which one of you said that.
That was years ago.
Man, that was nobody in this chat.
See, that lets me know that you ain't man enough to stand up to Hollywood. But check this out, y'all.
This was Joe. Cut it out. Go ahead.
Check this out. Check this out. Y'all see this?
Okay, cowboy hat.
Okay.
They're not gonna be ready for me this Saturday.
Ooh, you gonna give them hell.
Wow.
Boy, y'all, I can't wait to take pictures so y'all can see what I'm gonna have on.
Ooh, you gonna lay them down. It's gonna be dead bodies in the hallway. Everybody dead.
Yes.
They're not gonna be ready.
Now Hollywood done got a little
Now,
ant
see, right
together.
now, y'all just see wood. Y'all see wood. I'm just
Mm.
wood.
I have ketchup and hot sauce.
But wait, I'm gonna be ready Saturday, y'all.
Did that respectfully.
What?
We see you. We
I
see you in
need
person.
now. I need to find out where everybody at. Where my pad at? I can't find it.
Me and Duke in Florida. Duke in North Central Florida. I'm in South
I'm in
Florida.
Orlando.
You
Duke
already know
is
what
in Florida.
We down
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
So how can I get in touch with y'all?
Jaw
Man,
Jacking
just
Show.
look, slide in my DM. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that what they doing? Look, ain't that what they doing now? You know what I'm saying? Get off in the DM. To let you know something, you know what I'm saying? I do not fight no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I retired with a record of 20 and 0 against women only.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, it's weird. How I'm gonna get in touch with you?
Jaw
Look,
Jacking Show.
just call me.
Okay, I don't have no numbers.
Look, we can't do that on air.
Okay,
You know
put it
what I'm
on.
saying?
Like
But
that's
you
why
know,
I
that's
say if you go to Jaw, we
DM.
both watch the page. Go to Jaw Jacking Show on Instagram. You can fuck with it.
Okay, Jonathan, I need for you to get that information.
All right, I get it. I get it to you.
Okay.
Now Hollywood,
Big
you
JT. Oh, let
Hol-
me say this right quick before you say it. JT, I'm getting ready to set up a photo shoot. I have asked TJ to do the photos, and I wanted to use some of his music
yeah.
for the slideshow, but I also want to use some of yours too.
By all means, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Let me
So looking
got you.
for 2025 Hollywood. I'm on a mission, y'all. Hollywood is looking for a building for God's Gift Baby Ministry. I'm also looking for some good sponsors for God's Gift Baby Ministry. I don't ask much for my sponsors. And yeah, I'm ready to do this. So I'm real about this thing and I need some support. So I want to get in contact with everybody. I'm getting ready to see how real y'all mean gonna be. Hollywood getting ready to make plans to go to Florida so I
Shit,
can
come
see
through.
what's popping. I
Come
got
through.
Duke in Florida. Who else in Florida?
Han Solo the Hood Jedi.
Oh, low, solo.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Nigga just be out here staring at the ceiling trying to find a way to the top.
Mm.
well, honey, you keep trying to find a way to the top because Hollywood already up there.
Come on now, what shit? Make sure you get me a seat ready. Put some grits on them plate for me when I get up now.
I ain't
Don't
putting grits on
put some
shit.
salt in that motherfucker though. Don't be putting me no goddamn.
I'm not putting great grits on no plate. I am not putting salt nor sugar on shit. Okay.
You wild as
Look,
hell.
I wish I would pop up and you got bland grits on my plate. You know what I'm saying?
Now wait. First of all, you ain't gonna pop up nowhere to Hollywood.
Okay. How it work?
So if I know you coming and I have made plans, then you're coming, I'll make sure you have good grits. And I'll
Just
make
so
sure that you have your sugar and your salt. I will
we
make
ain't doing
sure
sugar.
that you have a good breakfast, even homemade pancakes and everything. I know how to cook. I just don't. I just moved into my new place. So I'm getting everything together. So when y'all want to come to Charlotte, y'all don't have to stay in a hotel. Y'all get to come and visit with Hollywood and we go out on the town.
How far is you from Sugartown or wherever that city said you were talking about earlier?
Queen City,
Nah, the other one you talking about where you seen talking about the girl had the top no bottom.
Sugar Creek.
Yeah, Sugar. How far are you from Sugar Creek?
Too far for you to be trying to go up there to see what the hell they doing.
Girl, I ain't trying to go out there. I'm just trying to make sure, cause hey, you know when them new niggas coming into town, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to make no wrong turns.
But hell, if you make a wrong turn to that, then that means your ass wanted to go see some ass, and you went to go see.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, if you want to go see that ass, you go right ahead, bro.
But listen, man, I appreciate y'all, man. But I had to pull over so I could hop on that call, man. But I got a 2-hour drive to make it back home from work.
Oh yeah, be safe, man. Definitely. Thank you for joining.
I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good night, all right?
No doubt.
All right.
Plug before you go.
Oh, okay, respect. Yeah, listen, man. Anybody that gets a chance to see this, watching it now, that gets a chance to see this later. Me and Duke are 2 and 2 of the Jaw Jacket Show. We got a podcast that we do every Saturday. We do it. We got the majority of our followers on Instagram, but we go live on YouTube and we go live on Facebook and we go live on Instagram where we can make that shit work. But y'all tune in, y'all subscribe, hit the like button, and all that good stuff. Me and Duke been partners since we 20 years in running, man, over 20 years at least. So you know what I'm saying? That's my dog, that's my partner. So it's always good conversation, good, we joke and shit. So we have a good time on that motherfucker. But again, I'm Han Solo, the Hood Jedi. Mr. Get Right So You Don't Get Left. I'm handsome because my mama said I'm is. And I gave
my.
Yeah. I gave the I gave the women their affirmation at the beginning of the show. I'm gonna get the men their ass at the end. Listen, fellas, it's 2024. We ain't got time to be bullshitting no more. Men do what they want, boys do what they can. Quit bullshitting all your life, man, to do the shit.
Oh my.
I'm on that.
Definitely.
But y'all be good, man.
Definitely. Drop safe.
There's a woman on here. You said man.
Oh, well, forgive
he gave
me.
You your affirmation.
I gave your affirmation at the beginning, baby.
Well, I'm the only one on here, so make sure you do it again at the end.
Okay, well, then flip it. Women do what they want. Girls do what they can.
And who am I?
You you Hollywood, baby.
Thank you.
Listen, I pay attention in class. I'm on my toes.
And what? You learn to listen as you listen to learn. You've done very well. You got 100 for this evening.
Listen, I like gold stars now.
I love silver.
Y'all be good though.
All right, baby. Bye. Be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, be safe. All right. Hey, DC, we got people in the comments. If anybody want to throw a topic out there as well in the comment section, you're willing to, definitely hit us with a comment. I apologize for my lack of being on the show. It's just this tooth is kicking my ass while I'm trying to do this.
No comments, just no subjects, just comments, rude comments.
Oh,
rude. What they saying?
We want to go there?
What they saying rude?
All right, hold on. We'll put him up here. We got Walter in the room, and Walter started out with, it's fitting to go down with those two. And then he came back with, is that a dude? I'm okay with it, but I have questions.
Well, what was the damn question?
He called you a dude.
He called me a dude?
Yeah.
Oh. No, tell him no. I ain't no dude, but if I need to strap on, hell, I will. I'm a whole lot thin with titties and everything, but yeah, I ain't no dude, but I do know how to strap. What else you want to know?
The last thing he said, so we staying over to, how do I sign up for this ride?
He said what?
He said, so we get to stay over to, how do I sign up for this ride?
I will tell him, hell, he done missed the damn ride. He late. Him, the ride has gone.
And Latoya said, not the strap on.
Tell her no, tell her yeah, but I don't really like the strap. But sometimes the women and the men like that shit. Oh, I didn't get a comment.
Well,
nobody said nothing when I said the women and the men like that shit. You got some men that act like I mean, they just say they don't do that shit, but they damn do. They just say they don't, but I know some do. But anyway, we ain't gonna get into that because they y'all not ready for that topic. That's a
Now
little
for
bit too grown.
now for the people that's still streaming and watching, you're definitely welcome to hit us with some comments. Hit us with some topics. If you have some topics you want anybody to speak on, I know y'all loving Hollywood and all the things she got to say. She got a comment for everything. So whatever you want her to speak on, drop it, and DC will put it on the screen.
Yes, let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Ask me anything.
And while we're waiting for somebody to jump back on to post a comment, I want to say to JT, I know he has a mic on, but I wanted to plug for him. I mean, his mic muted. I want to say, oh yeah, he also did the intro to the acclaimed Slow Chemical album, Uninvited Guest. You know, he did that intro to that. So definitely check that out. And I also did the intro to the song How You Feel. It's got my voice at the beginning. Uh, yeah, playing a character. But the poet JT is doing a poem.
Oh wow,
All
that's
right,
good.
so Walter has a question. The
Hi,
question's
Walter.
on the question says, "Why do women feel like we have to spend money on them just to get in their pants when that's what they want to?"
Well, I don't know about other women, Walter, but I don't need you to spend your money on me. A lot of women a lot of women are gold diggers. They want to make sure that you can take care of their habits or whatever their needs are. But I'm old school. I provide for myself. I don't depend on no man. Well, I do depend on one man, and that's God. So right now he's been making sure I have everything that I need. So I don't know what's gonna help you, bro. Pray on that thing for a good woman. What else he got to say?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. The rest of the panel, if you want to speak on that, definitely add to it. I know that was for a woman, but you're definitely welcome to give your opinion.
Well, they have no opinion. So let me
Uh,
give a
I'll say something, right? So I think a lot of the women, like a lot of them feel like, once a guy has, come into contact with them, and then he leaves, right? They feel like they got the shorter end of the stick, right? But a lot of the times, once they know you've already invested into them, taking them on a date, they feel like it's not much of a loss, because both of us gained something. We gained some coochie, and they gained, maybe a free meal or whatever the case may be. So I think now women are more into this for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just, hey man, I'm doing this for you. Hey, what can I get out of the situation? And I feel like that's what happens in a lot of those situations.
we need to go back to what happened to courting. People court, people take time, to get to know somebody. It's not that anymore, whether you're dealing with a man or you're dealing with a woman. So, that's what I don't like anymore. I was talking to this guy and I liked him, and when it came down to us meeting, you know, the first thing he wanted to know, can we get a hotel room? What the fuck is we getting a hotel room for? Because what you not getting ready to do is stick your dick in my pussy. You're not finna do that. So what are we getting a hotel room for? So then he started talking about what all can happen in the room, and we can get comfortable. And I said, oh, let's slow you roll. Cause who was sucking before we come together can continue to do that. So I think you done missed your train too, because I'm not about that. We're not getting ready to do that. And, you know, he got an attitude. I know what I'm looking for. And you is not, I like them, but you're not that person that I'm looking for. So I'm not getting ready to give you anything. And I can say this honestly, and because it was me. I dealt with older men and flirted with, I'm a big flirt. So I flirt with everybody. My grandmother, when she was living, I flirted with all of y'all on here, and y'all really just didn't know it, but I did. Jonathan knew. Um, my buddy up there know. So, you know, I flirt to get to know and to feel the people that I'm around. People don't take time to get to know nobody. So it's cobwebs. And if you get there, you's a lucky man, a lucky woman. Because right now, that's not in my goal. I'm ready to connect and build and have something. I already have a legacy. So I need to make sure that my legacy that I have is on a foundation for my grandkids when I leave here. I'm 57. God has kept me here. I could have been dead twice, gone from here. So there's a purpose. I got to make sure that my foundation and God's gift baby ministry has manifest until I leave here. So having a relationship to build, to have that trust, to yeah, that stuff don't happen anymore.
All right, so there's another question on the board. Sydney wants to know, how do you feel about Diddy and the baby oil? Are you over this yet, or are you still awaiting the punishment?
What?
Me personally, I've been over that shit, man. That shit is like, it's overdrawn, right? We get it. He was a freaky dude, but this stuff has been going on for years. Everybody was okay with it. Now all of a sudden, everybody's not okay with it. You know, like everybody was waiting on their invite to come out to the next Diddy party, and now all of a sudden, when he's down, everybody's pushing him. You know, like further down. So what? He's a freak, right? But the way I'm not with manipulating into somebody for sex. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm totally against it. Rape is rape, right? But if you were a willing participant in those parties, you was getting your booty greased up and doing all that kind of freaky shit, and you don't have nobody to blame. You should have nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? You can't get unfucked at this point. You know what I'm saying? You did what you did. Hey, let the shit go, right? But as far as you know, like I'm just against the whole forcing people into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows about who was sex traffic and all of that? They bringing up all this, but you know, I feel sorry for those people. You know, whoever participated in the parties willingly, hey, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You signed up for that. You knew this man was a freak. You knew this man liked to call grown men daddy. You know he liked to go shop. He liked to take niggas shopping and shit. Hey, you put yourself in that situation. Um, and that's how I feel about it. Wrap this Diddy shit up by 5 o'clock tomorrow, please and thank you. That's what I say on the internet all the time.
I didn't know none of this. I was shocked. I heard bits and pieces, and I actually watched it on Hulu. I was sitting with my mouth open. I could not believe the stuff that I was hearing. I was like, oh my God, he did it? For real? So I am so out of touch with, yeah, I don't keep in touch with all that stuff. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. So it's a lot of people in trouble, y'all. They actually gonna tell who was doing stuff. Y'all don't leave me hanging. I'm asking a question.
He's
They're the
not
only
charged for
person.
doing the stuff. It's all the extra stuff that they're talking about. Like his criminal charges are for sex trafficking and stuff like that. None of it is for being a freaky nigga or being a booty bandit, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like
So
none of
was
that
he
is his
sex
charges. That,
trafficking?
that's all extra stuff, you know. But they're
Or
stating that
was
he
he
trafficked.
sex trafficking?
Yeah, I mean, they say he trafficked women from different states to bring them over for his parties and stuff like that. But they, at the end of the day, they were still willing participants. He didn't drug these women and traffic them, right? You know what I'm saying? They know they were coming to a party. They know they were coming to do whatever, and they know they were getting paid for it.
Wow.
JT, did you want to add something to that?
That's crazy. Somebody told me that
All right,
Obama was there.
so the next one is Danielle wants to know. I wonder how the panel feels about Kamala. That's spelt wrong, but Kamala wanting our taxes to fund sex changes for transgender prisoners. I didn't hear about that.
Hell, I ain't heard about that either.
Yeah, I read that on a blog, and I say no. She need to give us some reparations. That's where the money need to go. Reparations.
I mean,
Whatever.
wouldn't that encourage someone who wants to be a transgender to go ahead and commit a crime so they get the sex change for free? I understand it's really expensive.
Well, I don't know. I
Well,
ain't have a sex change. I was already a woman to that guy to think that I was a man. But yeah, they say that costs a lot of money to do that. But I don't think that they should do that.
Well, if the person's a foundational Black American and they get reparations, they can do whatever they want to do with the money. If they want to cut their stuff off and be a woman, have at it. Just give all foundational Black Americans our reparations because the bills due.
Right.
And yes. Now, quiet. So yeah, Kamala need to be getting ready to give us our money. Not in the form of Bitcoin, not a study group, but cash reparations, direct deposits. Whoever ain't got a bank, they can cash app it to them. So yeah. So what do you all think about that?
Man, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I guess it's something that's not even on my radar. Me thinking about, transgender stuff and people that's locked up. I guess it's so far out of my realm of thinking or atmosphere that it's neither here or there. I'm more locked into, stuff that actually will affect me. And
Mm-hmm.
but what are you gonna actually, do as president? Is more my thing because all that other stuff, man, is stuff that been recorded, been said, but it don't move the needle for me. Like you talking about
JT.
how my
Pardon me. I meant the reparations, not the trans stuff. They could,
oh
no to that from me. Unless if we're getting reparations and the person want to be trans and spend the money on that, that's cool. But no, I don't agree with that either. No, that's not on my radar. I was talking about the reparations.
yeah, 40 acres in a mule, man. It's like I've been waiting. I mean, I believe it today and see it. If it's gonna happen, man, you talking about a whole lot of us is gonna be moving on up. There's gonna be in a totally different thing. I mean, a lot of us that'll be able to afford what they call affordable housing. So
Yeah.
it'll be a different day and time. I mean, and who knows? We may see it in our lifetime, we may not. But it sure would be nice to see that change that will never equal up to what our people went through in order to sacrifice and labor. It'll never equal up to what they went through and what they sacrificed for us living and breathing. But what I will say, don't call it a stimulus. Don't call it a, you know what I'm saying? Here's a little something to help you from your traumatic, thoughts and experiences. How about you, for the people that's racist, the people that participate in insurrection, how about I got this size 13 that I can help kick you right on up out of here, and you go and do that somewhere else in the Middle East where they believe in cutting hands and necks and all that stuff off. Go over there and play with them cats. Meanwhile, for the people that actually about something and trying to live and be righteous in this life, we sit here and celebrate on the soil that a lot of our people lost their lives on.
Exactly. Because yeah, and America got the money. They got it for the Middle East, they got it for Palestine, they got it for all the other places, and they have it for all these illegal immigrants that come over here. They getting cards with money on them and stuff like that. They should have it for us foundational Black Americans who've been in this country, who helped build this country, and we don't have the same economic opportunities available to us. But then they want to talk about why Black people do crime. They do crime because ain't no economic opportunities for us. So come up, give us our reparations, and the crime will go down. Boom. Yeah. So I'm gonna land my plane on that. Anybody in the comment section want to say something?
I want to talk about food. I have a
Oh yeah. Also,
friend that she's vegan, and I'm not vegan, y'all, but I've been eating vegan food, and she's vegan goddess tea. And when I tell y'all that I'm not gonna turn vegan, but the food that she's been fixing for me, I love it. I love it,
oh,
love it.
and
So be
It's kind of
looking.
funny. It's kind of funny you said that because the comment in the box is about food. So I'm going to add this in and let you continue and pardon me. Dahiri, sorry if I said your name wrong. I understand you eat pineapple on your pizza there. When he says there, he's talking about America. Why would you do that?
Oh, well, it's funny that he said that because I love pineapple on my pizza. Yeah, pineapple and Italian sausage. I love it. It gives it a whole nother taste.
you
And to
know,
piggyback on what Hollywood was saying, my guy, pineapple is an aphrodisiac. And if you utilize and leverage it the right way, sir, your happy ending will be tremendous.
That's if they know what to do. But back to my vegan goddess tea is coming out in 2025. So when God's Gift Baby Ministry put this event together, we're gonna have our southern, our food, our regular food, the fried chicken or whatever on the other side. But we're also gonna have vegan food on the other side also. So you're gonna be able to have the taste of both. You're going to be able to have your regular and you're going to be able to have vegan. So I want to give it up for vegan goddess tea, my friend, my girl. So y'all be looking forward to seeing vegan goddess tea coming up in 2025 because we're going to be rolling with the food. I cannot wait for y'all to taste it because it's wonderful, especially the meatballs with the pineapples barbecue. Oh my God. It tastes like real meat. I was shocked, but it was delicious.
oh yeah, you preaching to the choir because of course, I have her food all the time.
I know you do, Greedy. But I've been enjoying it and I love it. So, give a big shout out to my girl, Vegan Goddess Tea.
Oh yeah. So, anybody in the comments, DC?
Negative.
Oh, y'all too quiet. Y'all don't talk enough shit for me.
They talk shit when Zobo.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you one of our questions from the guy show, which we're going to do in the next show here. Okay. It's going across the bottom. Do you think Eric and Lyle Menendez should be set free now that it has been chemically proven that their father molested them before they both killed him?
Well, let me say this. I can't answer to that because I don't know a damn thing about that right there.
You know the Menendez brothers. It was a big trial back in the early '90s. They had killed their parents, and they were the other people were thinking that if I don't know if memory serves me right. Well, I know they got a documentary out on Netflix or something now, right? About
Yeah. I just watched that the other day. It was real dope documentary, actually.
Oh,
okay,
well,
okay.
I don't know.
So
I
here's
can't
my thoughts
comment
on the
on
whole
something I
thing.
don't know.
I
My
haven't seen
thoughts
the doc.
is I think that they shouldn't maybe be set free. But their time should be reduced because they had a reason, right? Now I'm saying there was a motive behind the whole thing, and rape, being molested is, that's an unforgivable crime to me. So I feel like their time should be lessened. They've definitely been in prison a long time, so I mean, at this point, we might as well just let them go, right? The parents are
Yeah,
dead. The parents are gone. The damage is done.
yeah. I was a kid when they got locked up. I'm in my 40s now, so that's how long ago
But
they ain't been locked up.
I was in
So
middle school at that time, probably
Well, I
middle school.
can't tell you because I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't think back that damn far.
it's been 30 years. You talking about a trauma that they've been dealing with and will deal with the rest of their life. Um, so I don't know. My thing is they've done 30 years. This new evidence is out. My thing is it's still wherever they at in their heart and their spirit, there's a higher power that they gotta deal with that ain't got nothing to do with man. So whether they release them now due to the evidence, at the end of the day, they haven't atoned for the fact that what actually did happen, regardless of the reasoning of why it happened, and they still got some stuff to deal with. And I can't hold them accountable on that because they ain't on me. I don't have it. I don't know the mindset that would push me to want to take another person's life. So I don't even know what that even feel like, what kind of mindset they had to drive them into, to be that. I can only imagine. So my thing is, may God bless them if they were wrongly incarcerated due to their trauma that drove them to do that. You know, I mean, I pray for both of those men. I did watch the documentary too. And he talking about 30 years, man. You've been behind some bars, an animal like a cage, and you've had to deal with that trauma still. Regardless of the circumstances, man, my prayers are with them and their family, and may God have mercy on them.
oh yeah. Now I haven't seen the documentary. I do remember them being locked up. I remember the trial, all that stuff like that. But like again, I was a kid when all that happened. To my understanding now, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't the original thing they thought they murdered their parent? People were saying they murdered their parents because they wanted access to their fortune or something like that
Yeah, it
at
was
first.
money related what was thrown out there,
Available.
but all that trauma and stuff, man, all that was hidden. Nobody that's just newfound stuff. But think about in my mind, if that had came out then, man, that'd have been like brand new money because that would have shed a whole nother light on the case
Mm.
itself at the time because they weren't even talking about those things. That was back doing, whatever go on in your walls, stay in your walls, and it's not out there. So you're dealing with that. So my thing is, wow, it took this long for that prevalent information to drop. That would have been a game changer at the time during that case, and definitely a game changer now. but you can't take away the trauma of being locked up, and you definitely can't take away the trauma of being molested. So you talking about a double whammy, no matter how you look at it. Nobody wins in that situation.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it should have came, like I said, it should have came out then. It would have definitely changed how everything probably would have went down, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. So y'all got any other commenters?
Jay, I got a question for you.
Yes,
I
sir.
got a question for you. If you had to sum up what your legacy is right now, what would that be?
If I have to sum up what my legacy is right now, what would it be? It'd be that I am a shoot. I don't know if there's any one phrase that can encompass all of what I want to say. But I'm just how would you answer it for yourself? I know you asked me, but
I'm gonna answer it in a minute. Dog Hollywood, how would you sum up your legacy right here and now? You step outside of yourself and you look at yourself from who you are right now. How would you describe your legacy at this moment?
May the work I've done speak for me.
I like that. I like that. My guy Duke still on?
No, I think they left.
no,
No,
he's still on.
I'm still on, but I'm at
Oh,
this I'm at an open mic now. That's what I was coming to do tonight. But yes, my legacy. I mean, it's just be first generational a lot of things, man. Like I said, I grew up in a Haitian household of immigrant parents who knew no English, who knew nothing. So a lot of the things that I'm accomplishing, no one in my family has accomplished. No one has. A lot of them hadn't had a chance to go to college and stuff like that. So my legacy is just being the first to do a lot of different things, right? It's the first to take that step out, to leave the town, to not be confined into the walls of being from a small town, where there's nothing really going on. So my legacy includes a lot of things, man. So mainly it would be the risk taker. You know what I'm saying? Like the risk taker aspect of everything that I've done. I've taken a lot of risks. I've taken a lot of chances.
Dope.
And that's about it.
That's what's up, man. That's a lot. I mean, within itself, for you, it kind of goes along with the poem I spit last night, and goes along with the question you kicked back to me, Jay. Overachiever, but gifted. Because at 6 months old, man, I'm having hernia surgery. I ain't even talking and even taking real breaths in this life, and I'm already up under the knife. 14 years, God covered my life, and I was born with with something that was going on in my brain that nobody could detect until I started having symptoms and got sick. And God blessed me and covered me through a 9-hour brain surgery, saved my life, opened my eyes to who He was at age 14, survived all kind of bullying and laughter, and because you look different. So my therapist was my God. So when I think about God opening my eyes at such an early age and enduring so much in this life of adulting, man, I've been able to look at it. That's why I don't take no achievement lightly. That's why I celebrate everything, because I understand man had called my time at 14, and man was knocking on my door at 6 months. And so everything is big to me. There is no little achievements in my life. The breath that God breathed in my body and opened my eyes each and every day, that's victory each and every day. So
amen.
overachiever, gifted by the grace and the mercy. And so when I hear, Dog Hollywood talk, I understand it. I get it. Because when you know what God done in your life, and you know what he done brought you from, and you know you've been through the storm, and you know he took you through it and he brought you out of it, your what you speak on your testimony is going to be different. It's
That's
going
right.
and everybody might not be able to understand it, but when you speaking it, you speaking your truth because you went through it, you took those steps, and you pouring back into somebody that needs something tonight because somebody needed to hear that. Somebody in Sugar Creek is tuned in tonight. Somebody needed to hear those words to resonate, to say, you know, God, I needed something to lift me up out of that clouded picture, Lord. So, you know, Jay, when I tell you, overachiever in this life, but gifted in understanding what God has done and is doing in my life, man, it will forever be my legacy, man.
Yes. Oh, yes. And I'm now that you said that, I'm definitely answering because on Blog Talk Radio back when we did it, of course yeah, a lot of people that follow the show, they know I'm a miracle baby. So when you said that, it reminded me. Yes, I'm not even supposed to be here, and I'm here. And so I appreciate life. Just man, all the things I've done. Like I said, man, yeah, man. It just yeah. I still can't find a phrase that encompasses everything. But
Hey, man, and you listen to Dog Hollywood, you know, a lot of people may be intimidated by her confidence, but that confidence was God given. Man didn't give her that. She got that confidence from the breath of fresh air of bringing her out of the struggle. So, you know
What?
what I'm saying? If she
What
speaks,
you talking
you know what
about?
I'm saying? If she's speaking in a certain tone, it's because that tone was God given. There was no man that could bestow that, or woman that could bestow that happiness and that joy in her life, refresh her life. So when she step out in 2025, it's gonna be more than I'm a pop out there. It's gonna be, oh, I'm here. You just not getting here. What's new to you is old to me because I'm a
That's
pop
right.
out and I'm a show out. So if you ain't ready, you better get ready because
Yes.
2025 is gonna be a whole new news.
That's
man,
what I'm talking about. Because let me say something. When I had my wreck in 2022, I was in Gastonia and was taking a student to school in Bessemer City. Yeah, I saw the wreck before it happened. The car ran the stop sign. I T-boned this car. I don't know what happened. All I know that happened, and I saw it before it happened, but it was nothing that I could do about it. But in this wreck, something happened to me, and I kept telling my dog sisters something happened. I kept telling my daughter something different. I don't know what it is, but in 2019, I had a wreck. I was I'm driving for a transportation company and I was taking the last two kids home. I fell asleep at the wheel. They told me what happened. But when I had the wreck in 2022, I saw what happened in 2019. So you can't tell me that God is not a good God. Because in 2019, when I fell asleep at the wheel with two kids in the van, I hit a tree, uprooted a tree, went over into the other lane, came back to the lane that in the right lane and landed in a tree. Split my tibia in 3 places. That's why my ankle swells. It stays swollen all the time. So when I tell you that I have a story, a blessing, I have a purpose. I'm not on crack. I lived from being in a tree. I saw what happened before what happened in 2022. Tell me that God ain't good to me. If don't talk about how God is good to me and to what I've been through. Because at one time recently, I didn't have a place to stay. I had 2 people that reached out to me. My own dog sisters, half of them didn't even know. Why? Because they ain't talking to me on that level. But you know what? My friend Jacob, he sent me a message and I listened to it. I'm still standing. Gonna continue to stand. Gonna keep moving. Gonna continue to move. You don't like me because I'm standing in my truth. I'm walking in my faith. I've taken off my mask. I'm gonna continue to take off the mask that I'm wearing, and I am on my way. 2025, if you wasn't ready, you're not going to be ready, and you're definitely not going to be ready for me in 25 because it's on and popping. I'm ready. I'm ready. I am God's gift. I'm still here. Jacob's video said, say every day, I'm still here. No matter what you've been through, I'm still here. When I didn't have money, I was still here. I didn't have food, I was still here. I'm still here. I'm not going nowhere.
Strength.
Amen.
Strength of testimony, Jay. You hear it right there. Dog Hollywood speak it because he know the truth. He understood the difference between pray. Oh, I'm praying for you. No, you were praying on my life with an E. You weren't praying for me and you was clapping for me. You was waiting on my downfall. But guess what? You were disappointed, big mad, like the devil, because I rose up. Even when I fell, I kept getting up and couldn't hold me down because my God covered me differently. So I couldn't stay down. He wouldn't allow me to stay down. I rose back up,
Yes.
even on bended knees and on laid down cold grounds. I still got up and look here. Now you shining. Now you spirited. Now you understand what was being said because that love language is different because you had to walk it and go through it and been through it in order to understand the depths of what it means to be kept, covered, and blessed.
Do you know how much it costs for a hotel room for a week? I paid $669 for 3 weeks. No, for a month.
Mm,
Do you know how much money that is for a month?
mm,
And I was blessed to get into my own place.
mm,
And I'm getting it together.
mm,
Yes, it is. And I'm loving it. It's me. It's mine. Do you know it feel good to stick a key in your own door? I
mm,
don't hear no grandbabies. I don't hear my daughter. I don't hear no dog. I don't hear nothing but peace in my own sanctuary.
mm,
Yeah.
It's nothing like peace. And until you have peace with, well, first of all, until you love yourself and get that peace within you, you're going to continue to have a problem. I have peace. I'm happy. I go through some things. I got some issues. But when I tell you that I've been working on it, God been with me, I pray and I thank him. But I can be off the chain. My anxiety get high. But when I tell you, we all can make it. We all can overcome. We all need a support system. I had a support system. Some of us don't have that support system. So that's where we need to come together too. We need to be able to be a support system and we need to come together in a group. And this right here meeting on Facebook, what happened to meeting in person? People like to see and give hugs, and I'm the type of person, I want to see your face. I want to see the expressions. I want to be able to hug you and you feel the love that I'm giving to you to make you want to do better, to make you, you know feel better about yourself, I want these barbershops to come on and let's do something together and get these guys haircuts and these women nails and stuff done, a makeover. So it's a lot of things that we can do. We just need to make it happen. We need to get our fight. We the community, we the leaders. So if the leaders are out here and the leaders can put things together, but you're too busy worrying about this leader wanting to do more, this leader, that's the problem, because you can't come together because one want to do more than the other.
Indeed.
I don't know, my anxiety got high and it took me to another level.
Oh yeah, everything needed to be said though. You know. Desmond said, "Why do you think there's so much sex in the church?" What church you going to, Desmond?
Said so much sex in the church.
Yes, it says Desmond asked, "Why do you think there's so much sex in the church?"
Because the damn preacher doing the fucking.
And his congregation want to fuck.
I don't even want to talk about it. You know, that's where a lot of stuff go wrong too, because the churches are not open anymore. The churches not coming together doing things that they was doing before COVID. You know, yeah, that's a problem too. Churches are still on what's that? Facebook and Zoom and yeah, doing Bible study on that. They don't come together anymore, and we're not praying together.
Yeah,
And
we're
as
keeping them
far as
apart.
that, I don't know what they got going on, but one of my poems out of my book, "Take Off the Mask," is creeping from the pulpit. So that's dealing with a lot of things. The preachers, bishop, whatever you call yourself, you're creeping, that type of thing. That's pretty deep there. I don't know. I guess they horny.
Church hurt. A lot of people, that mental illness is real. And mental illness doesn't mean that, oh, you in a minority. No, that is a real thing. A lot of people are dealing with a lot of life is really lifing. So even in the church, there's vulnerability and there's things that, you're in a place that for a lot of people that used to be a comfort system. You're sick. You need to be spiritually fed. You're looking for strength, encouragement, and a lot of times we're broken. We're in that setting, and the first thing of vulnerability is the first sign of somebody pouring into us, and especially when we're trying to piece it all back together. We're not fully 100% in our right mind or being a spirit. And it doesn't excuse any of these things. It's just when you're weak, you're weak. But when you're trying to come up, get your strength back, get back. I mean, the purity of somebody actually pouring into you because they have a pure heart and they want to see you live your best life and come back from what you've been through. Those people are far and in between. And a lot of times there are more people preying upon you and trying to leverage and take advantage of you than the ones that are really trying to uplift you and see you in a better space. So unfortunately, you have some people that are on the prey, on the move, and stalking and trying to look for the next best thing, not understanding a broken person can't be poured into because they still got holes in their spirit. So what you pouring into them is seeping out. It isn't until they are made whole again and refreshed, and that those cracks are sealed because they are made into another person. They are healed and gotten into a different space where they can really get poured into. Until then, you ain't doing nothing but taking advantage of someone that really doesn't need you to take advantage of them. They really just need you to love on them and show them that life does get better. It does not always be at rock bottom, and sometimes you hit rock bottom. It's crappy, and there's no way to go but up. Gotta be. It's a mental thing, in my opinion, and these are all my opinions. But if we spent more time uniting and strengthening our brothers and our sisters, we be having less and less conversation about all the sexing and all the advantages that people be trying to take, and more about people loving on each other, uniting and being strong for one another.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
and I feel you on that, but my thing when it come down to preachers, bishops, or whatever you want to call them, you know, they say, you know, the preacher, you know, is the highest person to God, which I understand that.
Mhm.
And everybody has their intake on a preacher. Everybody is not called to preach,
Mhm.
and
Oh
that's a
yeah.
known fact.
Oh yeah.
And I know a couple of preachers, and I know at the time I didn't know that they was preachers, and I know what they were doing, and I know they got up in the pulpit, and I know they said and what they was doing. And matter of fact, I dated one. So my thing with preachers, I'm very, 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 very particular about preachers.
Oh yeah.
You're not, if I don't feel you in some kind of way, spiritually, shaking your hand, or when you speak, I'm not going to be tuned in to your preaching.
Oh yes.
Period. I'm
Oh
not.
yes. Oh yes.
What
Well,
you
we're gonna.
say is going to go, it ain't going to even go through my damn ears. It's going over my fucking head.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Hollywood, we're gonna have to wrap it up because DC has let me know that he's gonna play a Zobo skit. You know, definitely want to let everybody plug right quick. I'm gonna plug first, then Hollywood, then JT, and then I guess we wrap it up. I just want to say thank you all for listening. I'm just filling in for the usual host, Zobo69. Check out his films, Debit Card Life Matters, and Church Sessions, since we were talking about the church, on Tubi. Stream those movies. Also, if you need some more promotion, some more you need some more publicity, all of that, reach out to me, Jonathan Coleman, at info@themediablast.net, and on Instagram at JAYFORNOW. Oh, I also see Dookie down there too. You're welcome to plug. Whoever get the mic, just go. And then,
All right.
DC.
All right. So yeah, I am your boy Duke LaFleur. I am an actor, comedian, and a man of many hats out of Orlando, Florida. I am featured in the movie Church Sessions with Zobo 69. I am Deacon Brown. So I do play the movie. I do play the role of Deacon Brown in that movie. Got a couple other films coming out as well. Got some commercials that I'm working on as well. Check out the podcast, The Jaw Jacking Show. We're on all social media platforms. Follow me on all social media platforms as well. I always post funny content. I do a lot of skits myself, so I'm a content creator as well. I do food reviews as well, so if you want some food reviews, I got a food review channel as well. But it was a pleasure being here, man. Thank you all, and hopefully we can do this again.
Yeah, keep
I
us
this
going to
is
sleep.
Hollywood.
Poor JT on everything. Go to Jonathan, my PR guy, for more information on Poor JT. Hollywood, I give it to you.
All right. I am so glad to be on here. Hollywood has really enjoyed herself. I hope that I have really reached out to someone out here in the land of the world out here, you know, is real. I am the founder of God's Gift Baby Ministry. You can also get in touch with Jonathan. He's also my PR person. Actually, in 2025, he's going to be my partner for God's Gift Baby Ministry. So we're looking to do big things and stuff coming up in 2025, and look forward to seeing Hollywood. I really love y'all. Peace out. JT, I love you, baby. And Good things.
Yes, yes.
Yo, check it out.
I know women have different souls. That explains why. Because I ran out of soul. So I grabbed my wife's soul. I must have grabbed the pussy soul. Because my dick was on her all day at work.
Jeans so tight, see the veins in they balls. Jeans so tight, see the veins in they balls.
The mama man, like Bruce Jenner turned your lady. Pussy so good, he wanted his own pussy.
Jeans so tight, see the veins in they balls. Jeans
hugged her for no damn reason. She ain't cold. The fuck is she? She knew the AC was gonna be on when she got in this motherfucker. Why she ain't wearing no fucking jacket?
Jeans so tight, see the veins in their balls. Jeans so tight, see your pussy lip bitch.
They don't want to get mad at us at the wrong time. They always want to get mad at us when we want to fuck.
Jeans so tight, y'all niggas need to quit. Jeans so tight, see the pulse in your balls. Jeans so tight, man, I'm through with it all.